Hey guys, we're here for my Black Clover episode 30 review. It is an awesome episode. It's kind of laid back, chill. It starts off, you get to see, I'm pretty sure it starts off with the people at the church because Asta and Uno send money again. So they're all excited and they find out that Uno is class rank 1 and then he is class rank 3, I think they said. And then you get to go to Uno and Klaus and the other one. And they're talking, and he's like, don't get all cocky. And then, what's her name is like, oh, he was in the other room so excited about your rank and stuff. And his glasses were shaking, and he was all happy. And then it goes back to Uno and them. It does like a image thing, how they do it. And then just kind of gives him a smirk. And then it goes over to the Black Bolt's base. Oh, this episode's so good. So it shows them all talking and getting their money. And, well, not really, just saying it was pay week and you guys have vacation for the day or whatever. So one's like, let's drink, and then one starts eating. They start eating those potato things, and like, so dry, so flaky, stuff like that. And then the captain's like, I have an emergency, and then he throws him through a portal because he's like, that's the worst kind of, like, you evil bastard. And then what's his name is wanting to see his sister, so you get to see him. He goes off on to do that. Okay. Asta goes to what's his name with the flame power. He's like, hey, can you take me into town? All you see is Noel looking around like, what's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? And then he's like, I'm going to my friend Rebecca's and then he's just like, why do you want to go to town? And stuff. And then, she's curious and like, what are you going to do there and stuff? And so he takes him in. He asks what he's doing. He's like, I'm going to see Rebecca and play with her siblings. And then he gets there. And then it kind of jumps back to, what's his name? He's in the town. He's talking about his sister. And you know how he's always talking about his sister and stuff, how he does. So he went in, he buys a bunch of gifts. He buys out the whole store. And then he's on his way. Everyone's looking at him. It also shows little flashbacks of him, just in a prison suit. So yeah. And then he gets around the corner and he sees Asa playing with his sister. So his sister is playing with Rebecca's siblings and playing with Asta. And then he freaks out and starts trying to kill Asta. And then what's his name's little sister comes in and says, stop it. I'm going to marry him. And that just triggers him even more. Like, I'm going to. And then everything, they just keep mattering on. And then Noel's just like, marry him. Just doing that crazy stuff. And then they keep showing this guy up through the whole episode. This, just like a blue glow with white glow. I'll get back to that. And then in this episode, as that's going on with the fight and stuff between those two, and he's like, hey, and then this old lady comes up and he's like arguing with her. It's the church lady because it's time for her to go back to the church and stuff because he ran late to get there to see her. And he's like, no, she's going on a date. And they start arguing and stuff. And then it's just like, Asta gets in the middle of it and says, stop, don't treat your elders like that, and stuff, and, oh, I just love this episode, guys. Oh, I'm just so excited. Oh, so what else, you get to see, she takes off with Marin, his sister, and then she's like, I really like that guy, and she's like, what, the really annoying one? And then it kind of shows that guy again in the white, and we'll get to that. And I'm sure you know who I'm talking about if you've seen the episode. So hopefully you have. But I'm so excited to find out who he is. I don't know. It's kind of like a Peter Pan type situation. Ooh, spoilers right there. So you get to see Rebecca's offers him to come in to stay the night, and Noel's like, ah. And then it kind of shows them eating in a cafe, and Noel's just sitting there undercover. And then they're all just talking, and she's like, this is one of the best moments in the episode for me, is where he's like, your cooking's delicious, and she's like, oh, thank you, and he's like, you would make a very good wife someday, and then all you see is Noelle cooking isn't the only good thing to be a wife and stuff, and the water starts shooting up and stuff like that in there. She starts freaking out, and then you get to see Rebecca's siblings go to her, and are you gonna marry him? And then the one's like, you should jump him, jump his bones, and then the other one's like, and she's like, you don't even know what that means, do you? Also, we get to see, and then that makes Noel even more like, and then it gets later. So, let's get into it. You get to see Noel's sitting outside in the dark as Asta's sleeping and stuff like that, and all she realizes it's getting colder and colder and colder, and then it goes back to inside. Asta is sleeping, and then it shows the part where all the kids are coming out of the house, being drawn out by something, by that guy in the white and stuff. Oh, that's what gets me like Peter Pan, because Peter Pan would lure out the kids and they'd be like brainwashed and stuff, and then he would take them and play with them and stuff. So we'll get back to that. But then it shows Rebecca like, no, I'm not one of those people who could just go in and jump his bones as he's sleeping and like surprise, you know. And then she does get up just to go check in on the other kids, but as you think she's gonna walk in, it's what's his name, the one with the sister complex. So he comes in and he starts trying to kill Asta again, and then they blast each other through the wall, and they realize it's just snow everywhere. It started snowing, and there's snow everywhere. And then Rebecca runs out like, I don't have time for this, about that. And she's like, the kids. And everyone starts coming out of the houses like, the kids. And then it kind of skips over to where it just shows that guy I was talking about, the guy that reminds me of Peter Pan in a way, except that he's wearing like white and stuff. And he's like, now all of you can be my friends. And that's kind of how the episode leaves off. But I'm very excited to see what happens next week in this episode. This episode was really good for many reasons. It wasn't so serious. It was kind of laid back, chilled. Like, it is leading into a little story arc, I think, for an episode or two. But it's kind of like one of those story arcs that aren't like, not like the last one we just had where it's crazy battling. At least I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a more chill back. It may only... Sorry guys, I just got interrupted, but let's get back into the situation. So this episode, I don't think it's going to be like a serious like story arc. Like, it's going to be serious. It's an arc, but it's only going to be like 2 or 3 episodes. I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling from this story. But it could be leading into something even bigger, but I don't think so. I think you're going to see Asa, Noel, and the brother with the guy with the complex and stuff. Those 3 are going to work together. And you're going to see them trying to figure out where the kids are, and they're going to work together, and I think Noel will be on her own, tracking them for some reason, and then you'll see those 2 arguing along the way and stuff, and they'll work together, but, and then Rebecca may come with them, I don't know, or she'll end up showing up anyways, like, because she's looking for her sibling, and they'll all be, and then you might get other stuff. Okay, let's get into this. You know what I mean. Alrighty, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ready? Yeah. Oh, see, those guys are... This is awesome. I like that guy. We're going to learn more about him in the next few episodes. That's kind of his good more. That's one of his powers. I can't show too much. I don't want to get copyrighted. Oh my goodness. That's true. Obviously, it's going to show next week. Obviously, I can't show you guys any of it, but let's get ready. Okay. It shows the... Okay. Alright. Some things look like it's coming together. It looks quite interesting. I'm quite excited. I'm very excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's one of my longest reviews yet. So peace out.